Dear students, in sequences we are taking some basic theorems on limits. If a sequence an converges to a and a is not equal to 0, then there exists a positive number k and a positive integer m such that mod of an is greater than k for all n greater than equal to m. For the proof of this theorem, taking proof, since sequence an is convergent to a and a is non-zero element, therefore for any given epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer m such that an minus a mod value will be less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. Or we can write an minus a mod value is less than mod of a by 2 for all n greater than equal to m. We are choosing here epsilon as mod of a by 2. Now if we consider mod of a, we are able to write down this as a minus an plus an. By identity, we are able to write down this is less than equal to mod of an minus a plus an, and using the value for an minus a mod, this becomes mod of a plus 2 by 2 plus mod of an for all n greater than equal to m. Therefore we are able to write down mod of a minus mod of a by 2 is less than mod of an, or mod of an is becomes greater than mod of a by 2 for all n greater than equal to m. Taking k is equal to mod of a by 2, we get mod of an is greater than k for all n greater than equal to m. Now next result, if an converges to a and bn converges to b, then prove that an plus bn converges to a plus b. An minus bn converges to a minus b. K times an converges to k times a, where k is a fixed real number. An into bn converges to ab. Mod of an converges to mod of a. 1 by an converges to 1 by a if an is not equal to 0 for all n and a is not equal to 0. An by bn converges to a by b if bn is not equal to 0 for all n and b is not equal to 0. Dear students, proofs of this theorem is very easy. Please read it, and if you have any problem then discuss with me. Taking the next result, remark, the converse of all the above results are not true as illustrated by the following example. Example first, give example to show that sequence an plus bn, an minus bn, an into bn and an by bn are convergent, but an and bn both are not convergent. For the proof, let an equal to minus 1 raised to power n and bn is equal to minus 1 raised to power n plus 1 for all n. Here neither an nor bn is convergent and an plus bn equal to 0 for all n. An plus bn is convergent and converges to 0, and an and bn both are not convergent. The example second, let an equal to minus 1 raised to power n and bn minus 1 raised to power n for all n. Therefore an minus bn equal to 0 for all n. This is convergent, but they are not convergent. Similarly, third example, an equal to minus 1 raised to power n and bn equal to minus 1 raised to power n for all n. An into bn minus 1 raised to power 2n, which is equal to 1 for all n. But their product is convergent and converges to 1, but neither of the sequence an and bn convergent. Fourth example, let an equal to minus 1 raised to power n and bn equal to minus 1 raised to power n for all n. If we divide giving one value for all n, this is convergent and converges to 1, but an and bn both are not convergent. Taking remark, mode of an is convergent to mode of a may not imply that an is convergent to a. Let an equal to minus 1 raised to power n, value will be equal to minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. An does not converge, but mode of an giving one value which is convergent, and thus mode of an convergent to 1, but an does not converge to 1. Now the next result, if an converges and bn diverges to minus infinity, then their summation will diverge to minus infinity. If an and bn both diverge to infinity, then their sum will diverge to infinity. An and bn both diverge to infinity, then their product will diverge to infinity. If an diverges to infinity, bn diverges to minus infinity, their product will diverge minus infinity. Proof is very easy. Taking, let the sequence an converges to L. Therefore, using the definition for convergent, for any given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m1 such that an minus L mod value less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m1. And therefore, we are able to write down that an will be between L minus epsilon to L plus epsilon for all n greater than equal to m1. As sequence bn diverges to minus infinity, therefore for any real number k greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m2 such that bn is less than minus k for all n greater than equal to m2. Marking this as number 2, this is number 1. Let m equal to maximum of m1 m2. Using first and 2, we have an is less than L plus epsilon and bn is less than minus k for all n greater than equal to m. Therefore, an plus bn is less than by minus k plus L plus epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. Hence, an plus bn diverges to minus infinity. Now for the second result, as sequence an diverges to infinity, using the definition for divergent to infinity, therefore for any real number k1 greater than 0 however large, there exists a positive integer m1 such that an is greater than k1 for all n greater than equal to m1. Also, as sequence bn diverges to infinity, therefore for any real number k2 greater than 0 however large, there exists a positive integer m2 such that bn is greater than k2 for all n greater than equal to m2. Let m equal to maximum of m1 m2. Therefore, an is greater than k1 for all n greater than equal to m, marking number 1, and bn is greater than k2 for all n greater than equal to m, marking this as 2. Adding 1 and 2, we have an plus bn is becomes greater than by k1 plus k2 for all n greater than equal to m. Hence, by this definition, we can say an plus bn diverges to infinity. Now, for the third one, proceeding as in part second above, we have an is greater than k1 for all n greater than equal to m1, marking this as 1. bn is greater than k2 for all n greater than equal to m, marking this as 2. Multiplying first and second, we get an into bn is greater than k1 k2 for all n greater than equal to m. Therefore, by this one, we can say that an into bn diverges to infinity. Number 4, as sequence an diverges to infinity, using the definition for divergent, for any positive real number k1 however large, there exists a positive integer m1 such that an is greater than k1 for all n greater than equal to m1. Also, as sequence bn diverges to minus infinity, using here divergent to minus infinity definition. Therefore, for any real number k2 greater than 0 however large, there exists a positive integer m2 such that bn is less than minus k2 for all n greater than equal to m2. If we suppose m is maximum to m1 and m2, therefore an will be greater than k1 for all n greater than equal to m, marking this as 1, and bn is less than minus k2 for all n greater than equal to m. or minus bn is greater than k2 for all n greater than equal to m, marking this as 2. Multiplying first and second, we have minus a and bn is greater than minus k1 k2 for all n greater than equal to m. Multiplying both sides, a and bn becomes less than minus k1 k2 for all n greater than equal to m, and this is the definition for divergent to minus infinity. Hence sequence a and bn diverges to minus infinity. Now the next result, if a sequence an of non-negative terms converges to a, then prove that a is also non-negative. For the proof, if possible, suppose a is negative. Since an is convergent to a, using here definition for convergence, therefore for given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m such that an minus a mod value less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. Or we can write an between a minus epsilon to a plus epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. If we suppose or take here epsilon is equal to minus a by 2, which is greater than 0, we get an is between a plus a by 2 and a minus a by 2 for all n greater than equal to m. Or we can say an is between 3a by 2 to a by 2 for all n greater than equal to m. Thus a is less than 0 gives that an is less than 0 for all n greater than equal to m, which is contradiction. That is, this is contradiction. Hence our supposition that a is less than 0 is wrong, and so a is non-negative. Now making remark, in the above theorem, if an is greater than 0 for all n, then we cannot say that a is greater than 0. For example, if an equal to 1 by n belongs to n, then an tends to 0. The above theorem can also be given for non-positive terms, as if a sequence an converges to a and an is less than equal to 0 for all n, then a is less than equal to 0. Or we can restate it as a convergent sequence of non-positive terms always converges to a non-positive number. Next result, if an is less than equal to bn for all n and limiting value of an is equal to a when n tends to infinity, and limiting value of bn when n tends to infinity equal to b, then prove that a is less than equal to b. According to the given condition, bn minus an is greater than equal to 0 for all n. Therefore, applying the limit on both sides of this condition, that limit when n tends to infinity bn minus an will also be greater than equal to 0, using theorem 2.13.4. Value will be b minus a is greater than equal to 0, and this implies a is less than equal to b. Remark, if an is less than equal to k for all n and an tends to a, then a will also be less than equal to k. Second remark, let an tends to L as n tends to infinity. If an is greater than equal to a, then L will also be greater than equal to a. Now the next result, if an be a sequence such that an is not equal to 0 for all n belongs to n and an plus 1 by an tends to L, if mod value of L is less than 1, then limiting value of an will be equal to 0. Now for the proof, here mod of L is given to be less than 1. Choose epsilon naught which is greater than 0 such that mod of L plus epsilon naught is less than 1. Let h is equal to mod of L plus epsilon naught. Therefore, h will be between 0 and 1. Since an plus 1 divided by an tends to L, therefore using here definition for convergence, For given epsilon naught, there exists a positive integer m such that an plus 1 divided by an minus l mod value will be less than epsilon naught for all n greater than equal to m, marking this as number 1. Now for all n greater than equal to m, an plus 1 divided by an can be written as an plus 1 by n minus l plus l. Using identity here, can be written as an plus 1 by an minus l mod value plus mod of l will be less than epsilon naught plus mod of l equal to h. Therefore, an plus 1 by an mod value becomes less than h for all n greater than equal to m. Now putting n is equal to m, m plus 1 and so on n minus 1, we get identities as am plus 1 by am mod value less than h, so on an by an minus 1 mod value less than h. If we multiply all these n minus m inequalities, we have in left hand side an by am mod less than becomes h raised to power n minus m. In this multiplication of terms, some terms cancel each other. In left hand side, there will be remaining only two terms an by am. Mod value becomes less than h raised to power n minus m. Implies an mod less than h raised to power n upon h raised to power m into am mod. If we suppose that let am mod by h raised to power m equal to constant, therefore an mod becomes less than k times h raised to power n mod for all n greater than equal to m plus 1, marking this as number 2. As h is between 0 to 1, therefore h raised to power n tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. Therefore, given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m1 such that h raised to power n minus 0 mod value less than becomes epsilon by k for all n greater than equal to m1, or hn mod is less than epsilon by k for all n greater than equal to m1, marking this as number 3. From second and third, we are able to say an mod is less than epsilon into epsilon by k for all n greater than equal to maximum of m and m1, or an minus 0 mod value less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to maximum of m and m1. Therefore, sequence an converges to 0 and hence limiting value is 0. Hence the result.